Yazoo City, Mississippi is one of many gems of the state. This town has a lot to offer, from its history and folklore to its most historic buildings. Yazoo City is about an hour from Jackson as well. The town sits right on the edge of the hillside before it drops off into the Mississippi Delta. This town is also known for its most infamous of all history, which is the Great Fire of 1904 and the Witch of the Yazoo. But first, let us delve into more history at the Triangular Cultural Center. The museum holds many relics of Yazoo City's past. It even has a display of President Andrew Jackson and the Choctaw Indians given the peace treaty of Douglas Stand. Yes, it holds a lot of memories throughout the centuries. If you like comedians, then you can visit the Jerry Power exhibit, or if you like Mississippi authors, you're going to observe the Willie Morris exhibit. If you love politicians, then this is the best place to look at some of the two exhibits they got as well. But here's the history of the 1905 fire. Now some say it was the witch that caused the fire to burn, since she cursed it back in 1884. The others say, on the logic side, was that a lamp was knocked over that caused a house fire and started to spread by the winds. Let's ask a town historian named Olivia Anderson if she can fill us in more. Here, what can you tell me about the witch?
So, according to the legend, an old lady lived on the banks of the Yazoo River, and she was said to have lured fishermen into her hut and tortured and killed them. Well, the sheriff chased her through the swamp, and as he got to her, she was sinking in quicksand, and she said, "I'm going to burn down the whole town, in 20 years from now." No one really thought much of it until May 25th, 1904.
Why can you tell me and how it started in 1904, where it began, and how it ended?
So it burned all the way to the end of Main Street, except for the east block, and then it came all the way to this corner of this building we're sitting in today.
Right.
It stopped right before this. The people who built this, Mrs. Ricks, well, in honor of her husband, she had just built a massive 3-story home right on the lot next to this, and it burned 3 months after that it was built. Yes, so it burned all the way, and so these buildings right here were saved, and I've seen they've stood the test of time for sure.
Wow. What can you tell me about Willie Morris?
I wish he were still living today, because I think that he is one of the most influential Mississippi writers. I think that where he wrote, which is probably where we're sitting today, he talked about this corner of the library being one of his favorite ones. I just think that he was an amazing person, and I love My Dog Skip. It's just such a classic.
All right. Let's see here. Well, you got, actually though, the curse, okay. Alright, for the curse, can you go detail that? How can, on a factual, for the factual level of fire, how does the witch's curse narrative fits around the fire? because there's two styles. One was about an accident, though, and then after that it spread, and the witch's curse came around the corner, and it was the exact same date for 24 years later.
I mean, I really don't think it was a coincidence. I mean, I think that it was definitely meant to happen that way. I think that she cursed the town, and that events that happened that day on May 25th, 1904, I think they were definitely powered by that legend of the witch.
Right.
I mean, I can't see any other way around it.
All right. Do you think that the curse is still around, even though the fire been dealt with many years ago? Could it have changed in a way?
There are stories of people that have left her grave and have been in accidents leaving the cemetery and killed. And I mean, there are lots of people that say the curse is still around today. And that the witch, if you visit her, you know, and let her in, that she will haunt you and curse you. I don't know. I've heard that story.
Yes. My team and I went out there to Yazoo City, our first team. It was me, Kate, and Ian. We went out there to investigate the witch's grave in Yazoo City. The witch is, in fact, buried there. Many people suggest back and around the town, though, that she's not buried there. But, quite frankly, she's not. I mean, well, quite frankly, not, but is there. Willie Morris, though, at one point when he was alive, wanted the town to exhume her grave to see if she's really there or not. Well, that didn't happen. So my team and I decided to go out there and perform a seance. This seance was experimental. Alrighty. Stepping through the barrier. Yeah, I feel it.
Almost pulls you around.
Yeah. Make sure I'm not standing in that hill. However, when we did it though, well, kind of still haunts me there still today.
Because I'm like,
So it was a conscious seance, and this is right above, which is great. I felt on my left hand, I was holding Kate's hand. I felt something dragging both our arms downward, like trying to separate our arms. But I kept pulling my hand. I thought it might have been Kate though. Must have, I don't know, probably she was leaning or something like that, but she wasn't leaning in the video. So something was trying to pull our hands apart. I see flames a little bit.
got hot.
Yeah. It's like I'm being
Struggling.
yeah. It's like I'm being pulled down further. I feel like weight's around my body.
All of me is soft water.
Me too. Like I'm drowning in something. Like mud.
Yeah. All I smell is mud.
So thick. Which is there and buried there? A lot of strange things happened though when the seance was going on. As you can see in some of the film details that our camera that we used, though, there was a big flash, a couple of flashes on the camera, and there was no technical difficulties with the camera at all. It must have happened, our energy must have happened to manifest itself going inward instead of outward. And it's happened about 3 or 4 times, as you can tell by the video. Why did you do this to me? Are you picking up anything like that?
There's just like this sadness.
Yeah.
Something for someone that was trusted. Betrayal, maybe.
Yeah. I feel pain and anger.
And it flashes of color.
But yeah. The vision, the flames passed. Like a whitish color. I see a hint of green. What is your name? What is your name? You know that you have a real name. Is TW stand for not just the witch, but does it stand for your real name?
Yeah, that's all I've been smelling is just water.
Water.
Seawater. I can feel it in my nose and in my ears.
Yeah.
Salt.
Salt. Bitter taste. That's what I got.
A hint of something rotting. Dead fish.
She's strong.
Sad.
Sad too. I see eyes.
I've been seeing eyes.
I see eyes.
There are no pupils. They're like that whitish that goes over with waterlogging bodies.
As if she's trying to say something. I don't know what. On the rest. What is your name? Do you have a name? A first and last name? I'm sorry for what happened. What is your name? Do you want to leave this area? If so, tell us your name. Are you getting anything?
It's all gone now. I haven't got anything since
I'm breaking the circle.
Okay.
I lost contact at that end too. She couldn't tell the name.
I don't think she remembers your name.
I don't think I remember her name.
I saw us.
You saw us? Bad or?
Like from this perspective.
The only thing I got anywhere close, and I couldn't tell if it was about the name or working on the sadness, I got the sound, something sounded like tears.
Yeah, because it was all rushing and fastness.
It could have been just tears that she cried, or
Yeah.
the first part of the name, like Tyrion or something.
Tyrion?
It's not a super common, but it's not impossible.
Not for the time period. But again, it could have just been the tears that she cried.
Temperance. You know, a lot of back, especially as old as she would be, a lot of girls were named after virtues.
Yeah. I kept getting one eye, like it felt like it was like right here.
Yeah.
I would get an eye and then they would go, like,
Yeah.
and they would focus in on mine.
Yeah, the same thing though. I just see just one eye, then this other eye appear out of a
Well,
second.
mine would, it was like right in the middle, and then they would, as soon as I would focus in on it would focus in and look back at me.
Right.
It had one glaring, and then there was like one, it was like only one was open,
Yeah.
and it had no iris whatsoever.
Yeah, mine did. There was just that white, like that water ball, like that horror movie water ball.
Yeah.
The large one for me was almost a bluish color. Could be, it definitely was really light, so it could have been like that waterlogged.
Yeah.
glass.
As me, it was like I was going into the eyes. You know, that's where it got, so that fieriness, it was going into the eye, into a lighter stage, like a lighter stage of gray or something. like
When you
that.
kept talking about the white, all I was seeing was blues and greens.
Yeah, I saw the green part.
Almost could have been like
don't
you're
know.
underwater looking at the sky.
I don't know if it was where we were standing, like in, but I did not get not a scent of fire or anything. All I got was that rush of water up my nose,
Yeah.
and it took like almost everything I had not to just like back up because it felt like I was
Yeah.
breathing down water.
Yeah, I was about the same thing with the mud, like I was going through, like sinking in mud, like the quicksand. So she was in the quicksand.
The first thing that I got like was flashes of yellows and reds and oranges and just heating up
Yeah.
and screams, but I didn't feel anything other than just some heat.
I felt the tightness.
Well, yeah.
That was a tightness too.
I can never pinpoint my tightness though because of anxiety.
Yeah. Well, let me stop it now. That was something. In the aftermath of it all, the witch's grave. This is back in it was back in October. Then we had the hurricane that came through. Well, during that night when the storm came around toward our homes in we're located on Greenwood, it was a big thunderstorm that came through. I was asleep though in all of it though. So was Kate at our house. And well, when it was light the next day, we both discovered at 50 yards from our houses that lightning struck our trees. Right next to mine was a crepe myrtle tree, between mine and our neighbor's yard. Lightning struck it, right down to the root. Lightning struck Kate's tree, 50 yards from her house, right off to the side branch, and straight down to the root. The witch, did she curse us? No. What she did was give us a warning shot not to do that again, and we understood that warning. if you ever want to go to the witch's grave in Yazoo City, then there are cautionary steps to take when visiting her grave. Because there have been a lot of accidents. There has been a lot of incidents which prove it. One, don't stand on top of her grave. She hates it. She hates it so badly. Number two, don't say no prayers, no chantings at all at her grave. She hates that. Especially for Christians saying prayer, she hates it too. Number three, don't perform any Ouija boards or seances. Because number one, that kind of pisses her off even more. Number five, don't put things on the top of her grave. You can put it outside her metal chains, and let the grave personnel of that place just put on the grave. Don't move or touch anything on that grave either. If you do, she might curse you. So, all you can do is be vigilant when you're visiting that grave. You can stay calm. You can be nice. But don't tempt the witch. Mr. Lambert, this is a device we placed on your tombstone. This device will help us communicate with you. If you would kindly, sir, will go near the device for us. Don't worry. It won't hurt you. If you are here, and I know you are, but can you go to the device? To the device with a green dot on it. I think I'm picking up a no.
I almost feel like he's like stomping mad, like around the back of it or something.
Yeah.
Just angry.
Just angry. Yeah, too angry probably to talk. But we know he's angry.
Got that, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
No, he spiked up to the middle one.
Oh, wow.
You're angry, we get that.
Yeah.
I apologize for any grievances that our being here may cause, but we want to figure out where she is just as much as you do. We want justice to come to those that deserve it. Yeah, I feel like he's like walking a circle.
Yeah.
He's pissed off.
Just pissed off.
They can try the pendulum.
Yeah, let's try the pendulum.
Given the time period, maybe more comfortable.
Yeah.
Are you here with us, Mr. Lambeth?
Yes. He is, isn't he?
Aggravated.
Aggravated.
But smooth, it's not like shaking.
Yeah.
Are you still angry?
I would be too. I would
Understandably so.
I would be too if someone took my wife and placed her somewhere else. Alright, thank you, Mr. Lambert.
That.
Here in Yazoo County lies more legends and haunts. One of these legends and haunts is the small village of Satara, just 20 miles out of Yazoo City. If you keep going on Satara Road between Satara and Holly Bluff, you will see Indian burial mounds that the Choctaw created. One is tree covered and the other is where a house is on top of it. But this little postage stamp of a town has a very interesting legend, and that is the Satara Bridge, or some of the locals call it Hell's Gate, due to its long history of murder, suicides, ghostly encounters, and strange creatures that wander around the bridge. One time before the town was settled and before the bridge, Indians would drown themselves so they would not be captured during the French and Indian War. Well, what can you tell me about the Sitar Bridge?
So I just recently found out that it was the original site of an Indian burial ground. And that would be like the original, reason why it was Hell's Gates, because later on, after that, they said that, of course, those Indians haunted it, and then there was a Civil War skirmish that was very close to there. There were people hung from that bridge. There were lots of suicides. So Hell's Gates terms probably is pretty accurate.
Yes, the bridge is active, and that when my team was there, we discovered a vortex there. We're right now in the presence of what appears to be we're in a vortex. Right here in the center of this bridge. That's right, a vortex. It feels like lightness of more of a magnetic field. The pendulum is even vibrating. Just a little bit.
It's giving a slight spin, but barely any movement.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Me and the team had discovered that there is going to be a dark force waiting for us at the bridge tonight. We come across a vortex that likes to spin around numerous times around the center of the bridge. We even saw apparitions, close, almost apparitions of people committed suicide on that bridge. I have brought with me some blessed water, first aid kit, and I brought my EMF detector with me for us to go over tonight. We'll be doing this around at 6:15. Well, probably around at 6:30. It just depends. The way this storm is coming through, though, from Hurricane Delta. I'm going to try to use the thermal if I can. Just wish us safe luck. Thank you. Since they won't come to the EMF detector, we're going to try doing it with a pendulum and see what we got. So we're
over here.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
seriously. What is? I can't see it.
Yeah. Ugh.
Well, you want to see what I got on the drawing thing?
Yep.
Yeah, because this thing is right here.
He immediately was like, "No." Where'd it go? What side was this on? This side.
Will you please come down here? Sorry.
Son of a bitch. Where did it go? Where was it? Did I skip pages on accident? Maybe. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Cat.
Yeah, this is the vortex here.
No, it's sitting on top of something. I don't think that's the vortex, considering what's coming out of
That
it.
is an entity. That is an entity. My friend here, M, apparently, though, she's an automatic writer. And this is what she drew here. Has something, an entity, coming from one of the scaffoldings of the bridge. Oh, it's staring at us. Oh, wow.
It's like daring us to do something.
Well, use a pendulum to communicate with the thing. I'll hold your book for you.
I was going to use the book with this works just as well to try and keep it away.
Yeah.
Maybe. Alright, what do I want to ask?
Are you...
Might need to open the book.
Yeah, open the book. Oh, careful.
Hey, there's
A hole. Yeah, that's the drain hole.
Let me get this out so it doesn't fly.
Yeah. Oh! Something flew my outside. What was that that hit me on the head?
So it was a leaf.
I hope it was a leaf too.
Maybe those aren't acorns at you. Here.
Oh yeah, it's throwing things at me now.
Let's try. Alright. What sort of things do we want to ask?
Are you a male of a dark entity?
Are you a dark entity? Hello.
Yes.
Considers itself to be one.
Yeah. Alright.
Land away.
Are you responsible for most of the deaths here that happened on the bridge?
Indecisive.
Indecisive. Alright.
Because it's giving me more than one answer, and I can't tell if it's the wind or not. Unfortunately.
Alright. Are you the one responsible for making people commit suicide?
Rephrase. Okay, we get it. Jeez.
Are you responsible for causing people harm?
It's saying rephrase, and I can't figure out.
Why?
Here, we might need to recalibrate, I guess, the questions and answers.
Yeah.
Alright, chill.
Alright.
Give me a yes. Forward. Give me a no. Diagonal, I guess.
Yeah.
Give me a maybe. Clockwise.
Yeah.
And give me a rephrase. Or just be stubborn, that's fine.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright. Are you the one that has caused people so much harm on this bridge? That was none of the things we saw earlier.
Yeah.
It's not wanting to cooperate.
Mm.
Are you... Huh? Shite.
Shoot.
Are you the one that has caused people to jump? Okay, thank you for admitting it.
Yep. That's a yes.
Are you drawing people here for that purpose?
That's a yes.
Did you bring us here for that same purpose? No.
No.
Did you bring us here to fuck with us? Yes.
Well.
You're a piece of shit.
Well, ladies and gentlemen.
Alright, well, let's ask one more because it's something I'm curious about.
We're going to ask one more question.
Do you intend to cause us harm after we've left this place? I'm doing a cleansing when I get home.
I know, me too. Okay, folks. Looks like we have our answers. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
This entity actually responded. It has drove people to their deaths. It has done a lot of horrible things. It likes to taunt us to death. So, folks, this bridge is in fact one of the most haunted places right here in Yazoo County. I will never come back to this bridge. Unless Brian wants to willingly. But I doubt it. Thank you.